The fight for the title is on as the World Endurance Championship heads into the final race in Bahrain, and the Hypercar Championships are still up for grabs between 3 different manufacturers. So in this video, I'll be breaking down all the details regarding the championship battle, including precisely who could win the 2024 WEC title during the Bapco Energy's 8 Hours of Bahrain. This is by far one of the closest title fights we have seen in the WEC's Hypercar Class or in the previous LMP1 class. The last time it was this close for the overall championship was arguably during the 2016 season, when it was an intense fight between cars from Porsche, Audi, and Toyota for the Drivers' Championship, with the German brand Porsche ultimately winning out. And just 7 years later, the same brand are once again the favorites to win both championships in the Hypercar class. However, Ferrari is also in the hunt, as the Italian manufacturer looks to claim their first prototype endurance racing championship with the 499P since 2001, when the Ferrari 333 SP delivered that year's FIA Sports Car Championship title to the Italian marque. And let's not forget about Toyota, as once again the reigning world champions of the WEC are in the fight for both titles. And if we remember back to last year in 2023, Toyota Gazoo Racing dominated at Bahrain with the GR010. So which cars are involved in this title fight? Well, there are 3. This includes the number 6 Porsche Penske piloted by Kevin Estre, Laurens Vanthoor, and Andre Lotterer, the number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa entry driven by Miguel Molina, Antonio Fiocco, and Nicholas Nielsen, and finally the number 7 Toyota Gazoo racing car, which is being piloted by Kamui Kobayashi, Mike Conway, and finally Nick de Vries. All 3 of these cars are separated by just 37 points, and keep in mind that the max points that a single entry can achieve is 38. The number 6 Porsche is currently leading the championship with 150 points, and is the favorite to win the title. If one of the number 6 Porsche's rivals wins the race, the Porsche Penske crew will need to finish in 8th or above to win the title. The number 6 car has so far taken 2 victories this season, one in Qatar and another one last time out in Japan at the Fuji Speedway. The number 6 car has also been extremely consistent this season, with the Porsche 963 finishing on the overall podium in every race except Le Mans, where the car lost out on the podium by just a few seconds to the number 51 Ferrari. So Porsche will be hoping for similar consistent performances at the 8 Hours of Bahrain. Speaking of Ferrari, the number 50 car is the number 6 crew's main adversary, as the Ferrari 499P sits second in the standings with 115 points and a 35-point gap to first. To win the title, the number 50 Ferrari will need to beat the number 7 Toyota and win with the number 6 Porsche finishing 9th or below. The main contributing factor into how the number 50 Ferrari is in the championship hunt is because of the massive success that this car's had during the year. After all, this is the car that won overall at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and considering how many points are up for offer during the French Classic, it's no wonder why this car is battling for the championship. Basically though, it's important to keep in mind that Ferrari AF Corsa need to win this race in Bahrain with the number 50 car in order to take the driver's title, and even if they are able to take the top spot on the podium, it's still not certain that they'll take the title. As for the number 7 Toyota, that car sits 3rd with 113 points, and a further 37 points behind the Porsche, and 2 points behind the Ferrari. Toyota are in a similar situation to Ferrari. The number 7 car has to win, but needs the number 6 Porsche to not score a single point, meaning that it has to finish 11th or lower. And if the number 50 Ferrari finishes behind the Toyota, the number 7 car would win the championship. But it's definitely a big ask, and unfortunately the crash of Fuji, which took the number 7 Toyota out of the race, may have been what took away the Japanese marque's chances at achieving the driver's title. Despite that difficult setback at home, Toyota Gazoo Racing are definitely not ruled out of title contention, and the number 7 car has succeeded with a lot of trophies this year, including a race win during the 6 Hours of Imola earlier this year, and it almost won Le Mans during the 2024 edition, just losing out to Ferrari by a couple of seconds. Moving on to the manufacturer standings of the Hypercar class, and things are definitely closer compared to the Drivers' Championship amongst these 3 car brands. Porsche leads with 161 points, with just a 10-point gap to Toyota, who sits second with 151 points. And a further 17 points behind is the Italian marque Ferrari, who are placed in third with 134 points. This title fight is indeed closer than the one in the Drivers' Championship. And just a reminder, the cars that are involved only include the factory entries and not the customer cars, like the Jota and Proton Porsches and the Privateer number 83 Ferrari from AF Corsa. Also, heading into this event at Bahrain, it's very important to remember that the max points that a manufacturer can achieve other than Cadillac and Lamborghini, who only are running one car, is 65 points. But while that's possible, it's not likely with such a competitive field in the hypercar class nowadays, considering the fact that the manufacturer would need to have their cars finish in first and second respectively. By the way, in case you're wondering, these are the only 2 championships still on the line in the WEC, as the Hypercar World Cup title for customer entries has already been clinched by the number 12 Porsche from Hertz Team Jota. And so has the LMGT3 Championship, as Manthey Pure Racing took the title with their number 92 Porsche last time out at Fuji, after a supremely successful season in the World Endurance Championship this year. So, the title fight in Hypercar is definitely shaping up to be extraordinary, heading into the final race of the season, which is the 8 Hours of Bahrain. But now I'm curious to know, what do you think? Out of these 3 iconic car brands, which do you think will take the Hypercar titles in 2024? Well, feel free to let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. If you like sports car endurance racing, this might be the channel for you. I'm making content on the WEC, IMSA, and so on every single week. In fact, there are some videos out on your screen all about these topics. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.